For mode, and we're just going to do a quick pull in the Type R and see how Anna feels about it. All right. Really interested in getting this, but as you can see, this is an automatic. Oh, you open it up now. Woo!
Yeah, there's love, there's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a fun video because we're going to discuss what's the best enthusiast car that you can get for the money today in the year 2024. Now, what prompted me to make this video is a buddy of mine recently just got a brand new 2024 Audi RS3, and I'll put in a little clip of that here of him purchasing the car so you can see what I'm talking about. Uh-oh, you open it up now. Woo! That sounds nice. You can even hear the turbo spool up in it.
Yeah, and that's soft loader too.
Yeah, that is nice. I like it. And that made me think, that got me to thinking, right? Because, you know, it really started me thinking because my other friend Joey just bought his brand new BMW M3, and I was actually considering trading in our Type R here to get a BMW M3 as well, but mine would have been the base model with the manual gearbox, because for me, I need a manual gearbox car. And then when I was looking at the price, and I was like, man, like, I would probably have to trade in both of these cars, which I enjoy so much, which also serves a lot of purposes for me. So I don't want to do that. And then it started, I was like, okay, so I need to think. I need to get something under 70,000, under like that $70,000 range. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be cars for like under 70,000, or maybe, you know, I think he got his RS3 for like 72,000 out the door, but it was like highly optioned. So the RS3 we will include in this, but for me, the winner has to be a manual gearbox car, just because, you know, that to me, that's the ultimate driving experience, is having a manual gearbox sports car. So for me, it would have to be manual gearbox. But I decided, I've done a lot of research. I went and I checked out Subaru BRZ. I checked out a Toyota GR86, which I'll put a quick clip of that here. All right, so in my search, this is one of the vehicles that I was considering a GR86 to trying to kind of mess with Q to Chaotix Mazda Miata. So you guys can see, I actually fit in here. I'm 6'6", and I fit in here. I mean, you don't got that much headroom. And I was actually really interested in getting this, but as you can see, this is an automatic. And you know how we do on the channel. We only rock with manuals. So yeah, it's nice in here, but yeah, I can't rock with the auto, man. But at least I fit, so that's one thing. Well, barely fit, like I don't have that much headroom or nothing. But all right, guys, so yeah. This is one car checking off the list, this particular car, just because it's an auto, but we're going to keep the shopping going and see what we can get. And then, you know, I went and I checked out a BMW M2, which I really liked, but didn't get any of that on film. But I'll put a picture up so you guys can see what the new BMW M2 looks like with the manual gearbox. So that one is really high up on the list, but still that's more on the expensive side. So I'm gonna put my list together, and this is gonna be a pretty quick video, you know, so you guys can see. So in #1 place, I would have to give #1 to the Honda Civic Type R. And I'm not doing it just because it's my car and I have one. I'm doing it because it really is the #1, like, for the money, you know, that you can get right now. Like, we don't, you know, so look at a beautiful red interior, beautiful, you know, manual gearbox shift knob. You got the dependability, the reliability. Like, there's a lot going for this vehicle. Like, even, let's pop the hood. We got the red lights underneath there. We got the built-in navigation. Just like a wonderful, wonderful vehicle. So, let me see. Man, it's been a while since I even opened up this hood. Where are you? Yeah. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna cut all that out. All right, yes. So this is what the engine looks like underneath the Honda Civic Type R. Just had its first oil change, and it's just marvelous. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. You know, we did our quarter mile testing in it. We did our 0 to 60 testing. If you want to see those videos, just go ahead, make sure you subscribe to the channel and go check out our older videos. You will see those videos there. You'll see what this car does in a quarter mile, what it does 0 to 60. And then we have our 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI, but it is not second on the list. Second on the list, so number one being the highest, you know, the best of the best sport, you know, vehicle, like I would say sport enthusiast vehicle. And the reason why, like, I say it's the best of the best, because you don't have cars like the Camaro anymore. The Challenger's gone. Not a huge fan of the new Mustangs, but you also get like usable backseat space inside here. So you have usable backseat space, and then you also have huge cargo space. You got huge trunk space here. We got a subwoofer built into the back, just like an all-around great car, right? So that's number one. Number two, to me, would be that BMW M2, because it's an amazing car. That's essentially the Camaro replacement. The Camaro SS1 Elite replacement for me is the new BMW M2. I would say that's number two on the list, but it's up there in price. That's why it's not number one. Number three, I would say, would be the Golf R, not the GTI. And the Golf R simply because, you know, you can still, in 2024, you can still get it with a manual gearbox. It has the same wheels as our GTI here. It does not have the plaid seats that we have here, which I love in the GTI, but you know, it's more horsepower. I think it's like 315 horsepower. This has 240 horsepower. This also has 315 horsepower. And, you know, the Golf R gets it for being pretty much the same thing like this, but with more horsepower and all-wheel drive. So that would be number three. Number four, and the reason why it drops all the way down to number four, the Acura Integra Type S, is because of how I think Acura of Troy out there in Michigan, how they did my homeboy Q the Chaotic. By the way, you know, let's send a lot of love and blessings out to our guy Q the Chaotic. He just lost his dad, and you know, it hit the whole MOC really hard. Like, you know, it's just one of those things where one of our guys is feeling it, and he's not the type to really come out and say, like, you know, he's in pain or nothing like that, but we knew he was really close to him, so that really kind of bummed us all out. And I try not to talk about stuff like that on camera much, but, you know, Q, if you're watching, just want to know you got our love and respect. We all got your back, and we all riding with you. So, you know, shout out to you, and shout out to your whole family. You know, you got a lovely family, and, you know, shout out to your old man up in heaven right now. So, yeah, so shout out to our guy Q. Shout out to the whole MOC. Shout out to Blueprint 1 Elite, 100 Gang Nate. Shout out to Will Motivation. Also, shout out to Race Car 21. Like, he rocks with us pretty hard. He's a good guy. So, you know, I want to shout out to all of you that support the channel as well. But, yeah, so number four would be the Acura Integra Type S. And it also falls short of just how special the Type R feels. And even Q the Chaotic would second that. Like, they're just, I don't even know how they did it, but Honda was able to put some sort of special sauce on the Type R that just puts it that much more above the Type S. And I think people that have driven both, they'll all tell you that. I think Moonrock's Chop Shop, you can check out his channel too. Shout out to him. He recently drove her, and I think he understands that as well. It's just something special. The only thing that really ruins the Type R is like the greedy dealerships that keep marking them up. But if you can get this car at cost, it's amazing and well worth the money. All right, so number five on that list would have to be a combo of the GR86 and the Subaru BRZ, because they're just so much fun for the money. They're great cars. I can actually fit in them. So that's why I like, if it wasn't, okay, so I would, number 5, I would give it to the Mazda Miata. But because certain people like myself can't fit in it, that's why it's dropped down to honorable mention, AKA number 6. So I would say number 5 goes, it's a combo that goes to both the Subaru BRZ and the GR86. They're just that much fun. And then another honorable mention would be the Toyota GR Corolla, and then also the Toyota GR Supra. Those are also really, really great cars, you know, for the money. But the Supra is a little bit more expensive, and you know, it's also a car not really meant for very tall people. Plus, it's not as usable as these, you know. And the GTI would also get an honorable mention because I love it. I think, you know, I personally I would rate it high, but I'm thinking about with everybody else. You don't have as much usable backseat space as you do in the Type R here. And then because the Golf R is the better version of the GTI, that's why the GTI gets an honorable mention. But you can't go wrong with any of these cars depending on your lifestyle. Whichever one fits your lifestyle better, that's the one to go with. Also got to give an honorable mention to the new Mustangs, because they're one of the few people that actually offer you a V8 muscle car with a manual gearbox still. So shout out to Ford for doing that. And yeah, I would say that's pretty much the end of my list. So these are like the top 5 enthusiast cars that you can buy in 2024. And I also have to say honorable mention goes out to the Audi RS3 as well, just because it's you can't get it with a manual gearbox. So that's why it's not high up on my list. But if you can get one for the money, they're great cars, you know. And I would get one if I already had all the other cars in the top 5. I would get one, and then I'd also get a BMW M3. The M3 is just so expensive, so that's why it's not there. It's also honorable mention. But I want you guys to comment below. Let me know what you think. Tell me which cars that you would like to see on this list, or which cars you think I forgot, or which cars I didn't, you know, put on. But comment, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that, Race Car Friends out.
I hate you.
All right, so right now we're like in comfort mode. We're just gonna do a quick pull in the Type R and see how Anna feels about it. All right.